Have at it.
Where are we anyway? Are we just on the ship in space?
That's I figure you guys have. Well, I'm giving you guys the range. So of the start date range, so you guys can put yourself wherever you want within this range. So let's say Captain wants to do a scene while you guys are still at Narendra. Cool. If let's say Commander Varro wants to do a scene closer to deep space, where they're ultimately heading to, have at it. That's why I gave you this range.
Okay.
So like this. So it's gonna have. So it's the events of this story are happening within the 40 star dates that I gave you guys in an earlier message.
Give me a second. I just want to decide where I want this to be. Okay. All right. Captain's log, stardate 53684.5. The USS Kismet is currently en route back to the depths of the Shackleton Expanse. After the failed attempts to stop the Archons and the Orions, and to destroy the Archon homeworld, that was left to Sarek and the other task force. We did manage to stop the virus from getting out, so I suppose that in itself is a victory. But at the end of the day, the victory rings hollow for us here on the Kismet, because we did fail to completely stop the Archon. End log.
Sad Captain is sad.
He is. I'm just gonna pop that in there so I can remember what the start date is.
Not me.
Do you not have anything, Varro?
I have some things, but nothing I want to initiate right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Because that's who Varro.
Efrix?
I can go whenever because I had planned for everyone to come down to medical for exams.
Okay.
And Evans?
I don't currently have anything.
Okay.
Because I very recently found out that what I thought was going to be happening today can't happen.
Ah.
Because no Jula.
No Jula.
No oh, let's go kill the chicken, guys.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Who's going chicken hunting?
Varro is going chicken hunting. Let's be honest.
Apparently, Afrix is. She's the one that's the most excited about killing chickens.
Just wait till I take point.
The character wants to experiment on it, really.
Shall we do medical then?
If you guys would like.
Yeah, sure.
Or pending
So-
Captain can.
So like you guys could jump to medical, do like a scene with medical, jump to somebody else, go back to medical, whatever you guys want to do.
Sounds good.
That could.
I'll go down to medical.
Ooh.
Commander Varro going to medical? What is this?
Willingly? I expected to have to send Evans out to get you.
It's not on the first call. I think you've been trying to get.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was like, I expected to have to send Evans.
Security, bring him down here now.
Direct superior. That would be a thing. Okay. I think you probably have to call me down.
Medical to Commander Varro.
Varro here, Doctor.
You know, you're a couple weeks past your appointment date.
I'm aware, Doctor. Do you intend to some enforcement of this.
I would prefer not to have to.
Very well. I'll be down in sick bay in 5 minutes.
Very well. See you soon, Commander.
Beep, beep. Exactly 5 minutes later. Great. On the dot, Varro walks in. Doctor,
Commander, take a seat.
thin-lipped smile. He said,
Begin taking readings. How have you been feeling?
I've been fine, Doctor. Nothing unusual to report.
Good. Glad to hear it. There's been so much exposure to odd things lately. Never hurts to check.
I find the Vulcan in me helps keep me strong.
Although it's proven the last two major viruses we've dealt with were both effective towards Vulcans as well.
Indeed. But I felt no ill effects.
Good.
How's the rest of the crew?
Everyone seems to be alright, which is good. I was worried.
Good. A healthy crew keeps the ship going.
Mm.
Lets us do our job.
Nothing more than the common cold, occasionally. In the human crew, anyway.
Well, as long as nothing too major pops up, we won't have cause for any lockdowns.
Mm-hmm.
You see the faintest element of a smile on Varro's face.
Do I need to... I assume everything is actually normal, but I can make a roll if I need to.
No, it's all roleplay today.
Okay.
Unless you guys wanted the rule stuff for something.
Everything's mostly normal. The only thing you'd notice on the scan would be tension.
Yeah.
There's tension in Varro's, like, shoulders, probably. But that's not surprising considering his posture.
Yeah. Well, and considering she's not the best patient either, she chooses not to call you on it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Doctor, if there's nothing else...
everything seems to be perfectly normal with you. I'm glad to see it.
Your service is appreciated.
It wouldn't hurt for you to take a break, Commander. Occasionally.
I'm afraid that's particularly feasible, Doctor. I'm sure you know how that goes.
Just something to consider. You do actually need to sleep.
Indeed.
Thank you for coming. I'm
Thank
glad
you.
I didn't have to call security on you.
Good day, Doctor.
Good day.
Everything with Varro was so awkward.
I love it.
It's so good.
All right, where to next?
Captain, should we do our business?
Very well.
So we open up with Pend in his quarters finishing off a log. To a degree, I have lost faith in my captain due to placing his pride before the trillions in the Federation. And in this matter, I will be forwarding this to the Admiralty and the Captain, and how I went behind his back and made plans to destroy the planet despite orders forbidding it. End log. Message will be sent to both the Admiralty and the Captain. Penn picks up 2 glasses and heads to the mess hall.
Actually, I think it almost might be a good idea to go with someone else and then give a little time for the captain to receive this message.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anyone could be in the mess hall. It could be me, it could be Evans, it could be Barrow, although I don't think he would hang out with him.
It could be Varro, reconsider.
Evans probably sounds like a logical choice.
Yeah, I'd be down for being in the mess.
Cool. We'll go ahead and watch Penn as he doesn't stumble in, but walks in with a couple glasses.
Troy, I see you're off duty as well.
Hi.
Is
So
this...
you looking for a place to sit?
Yeah. I'm expecting a call, or at the very least a conversation with the captain later on. So I'm not expecting a good conversation.
Ew.
Yeah. Penn will head over to the replicator and get 1 bottle of Andorian ale and 2 ice balls, 1 for each glass, and sit next to Evans. Care for a drink?
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
Well, it might be the last one we have for a while, so let's enjoy it for as long as we can.
Aye, it'll be a nice treat. I don't have much ale.
Well, the taste isn't very nice, but I'm sure it'll do the job for you.
Let's hope I still keep my coordination at the end.
And that's it as far as Penn for now.
I have a small thing I can run, but it's just script,
Just what?
just some description.
Okay.
Varro gets back to his quarters. I take off the uniform, get into civilian clothes, sit down at the desk, and start drafting a message. Why didn't we know?
What?
Why didn't we know what was happening with the Orions? Our agents should have been aware of it. This is a gross breach of our shield. I fear what's happened in my absence may have deteriorated our fidelity to the organization and to the Federation. Signed, Conan.
Hey.
I send that. You know where.
Here. Maybe Evan should go to sickbay.
We could do that. Just show up drunk to your physical.
Sounds about right.
Oh no! Don't do that.
be drunk. I don't know how to act that.
Better start drinking, Evans.
Get the captain to come down. Sick bay.
I could do that.
It doesn't have to have happened like on the same day as all this.
Yeah,
happened
no, it
earlier.
doesn't. We can time jump.
Yeah.
Although Grinnon likes to talk about his feelings, so if he's having feelings about those things, he would probably talk about it.
Oh, it's so true.
Captain could
So
always
true.
have his scene with what's her bucket? So,
What's her what?
What's her bucket?
bucket?
Cecile. I couldn't remember the name offhand.
Thank you very much, Edward.
I mean, he probably does have some things to discuss with her, given the
That's
last
true.
Right.
our actual episode.
Yeah, I think she's been let out since then. I think. 'Cause I think it was just
Probably.
I
If
think
it was a month, it would probably be around here,
Yeah.
around this time.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, first day out.
Okay. I will. Okay. Captain Grennan is gonna go down to the brig.
Who's playing
And-
Cecile?
Huh?
Who's playing Cecile?
Who
You.
do you think's playing Cecile?
Who always plays Cecile? Varro.
I can't. I wasn't here for her doing the stuff.
She stole the. Okay, long story short, she stole the torpedo, gave it to the Zarkonians, and they blew apart their planet.
Okay.
Well, they didn't completely blow apart their planet. They blew a chunk.
I got that part. Yeah.
And she
Okay.
did it because she felt guilty about the whole accident.
Youngling thing.
Okay. I'll try and do it.
And by the by, the captain has been coming down here once a week and having lunch.
Cool.
Because, ooh boy, this tore him up. So, doors to the brig open.
Captain.
There you are, Cecile. Well, today's the day.
Indeed, it is. I expect I will be let out now.
Yeah. Lieutenant, you'll be working under Ajula.
Yes, that makes sense. Captain.
He's been doing a good job keeping the department together in your absence.
I am glad that they have functioned well in my absence.
Yeah. You know, you'll have your uniforms and everything, minus a hip and, well, it wasn't my decision, but considering everything that happened, it was suggested to me to limit your security clearance for obvious reasons.
I appreciate it, Captain, but frankly, I deserved that after what I did. I am surprised that there was not more of a reaction, considering everything that happened.
Well,
I still feel I did what needed to be done.
well, all things considered, yeah. And you see this just pained look, cross his face, and he scrunches his face up, and he just says, yeah, I suppose if it were any other way, yeah. You probably would not ever get to wear a uniform again.
And I'm grateful that I do get.
And
Starfleet means so much.
if it were up to, say, Varro or me, yeah, probably not. But let's just say that a couple of very powerful people in the Zarkonian government put in a good word or two, or 1,000.
Well, I guess I can be thankful for that then.
Yeah. So, food's been okay?
It's been acceptable. Yes.
I know I bring you some stuff down once a week, but, yeah.
It's been appreciated, sir. I've
Oh.
looked forward to your visits.
Oh, me too. It's... Honestly, it'll be nicer to just see you around the ship instead of down here. It looks,
I do look forward to getting back to my station.
yeah, it looks kind of weird for the captain to be visiting someone down in the brig every day, you know?
Yes, I suppose so. But it
Well-
shows you care about the crew.
Hmm?
It shows that you care about the crew.
I do, but, well, yes, sometimes that care goes a little too far.
Yes, perhaps. But it makes you a good man and a good captain.
Thanks, I guess I needed that. And, he walks over to the, the cell door, presses a few buttons, and the security force field goes down. Well, Lieutenant, it's time for you to get back to work.
She kind of looked around.
What is she wearing, by the way? Like, I assume she's not wearing, like, the uniform.
Stop going down this rabbit hole.
And I swear to fuck. Not why I'm going there.
Well, for reference, Tom Paris wore his uniform while in the brig.
Yeah, but was he in there for, like, a whole month?
Yes.
She was.
Oh, never mind.
He's,
Okay.
she just wouldn't have, like, her pips or her comm badge or anything.
Ah, okay. Never mind then. Okay. All good. Well, you should go get your pips. And pick up a comm badge.
Will do, sir. And, Captain, perhaps you will visit me in the lab sometime.
Yeah. I'm sure. I hear Azula has some fun experiments going on.
Oh, boy. I'm sure.
Well, have a good day, Lieutenant.
You too, sir.
And I assume Cecile walks out.
She walks out of the brig.
Door to the brig closes. Harmon's face just whaps against the, the bulkhead.
Oh, so good.
That is probably a good point to move to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly to drunk Evans in the sick bay.
Please.
Please.
I
Two.
Dr. Efrix to Lieutenant Evans.
Yes.
Yes.
We are not keeping it together.
Your appointment is this afternoon, just a reminder.
Oh, wow. But when? But...
Jesus.
Evans does not hold his liquor well.
But like you said, he doesn't drink very often.
Mm-hmm.
This was your 30-minute.
30 minutes, okay.
Are you all right?
Yes, quite good. Still better.
Oh, all right. So I'll see you in 30 minutes then.
I will see you then.
Efforts out.
Okay, I'm taking that off you. Go to your appointment now. You'll make it in time if you leave.
He just immediately walks into the wall.
No, just I don't. Yeah, I like just missed the door by about a foot.
You're doing great, Evans.
I think Evans is gonna stop by his quarters for a few minutes before going to medbay. We don't need to do that scene. I'm just putting that out there.
Uh-huh.
But you
Good.
could be going there to take a nap.
You don't know that.
What'd you do, Penn? Give him the good stuff from Zarconia?
No, I don't want to kill him.
Pen needs to get drunk.
I only gave him Andorian ale. Nothing too strong.
Yeah, just that.
None of that sinful shit.
Cool. So to sick bay.
All right. Oh crap! Hold on.
Did you get like a shit ton of coffee? 'Cause that doesn't actually work.
He might keep illegal medical supplies in his quarters.
Mm.
When he's practicing setting shoulders.
That's fair.
Although the last session he had to, he did heal some burns.
That's true.
He is getting better.
I mean, he keeps having to be my assistant, so he should bound to pick up some stuff.
Mm-hmm. Eventually.
All right, I'm back.
Okay. Doors to sick bay open once I get to him. Oh, that's cargo bay.
What?
Evans, get out of here. Wrong place.
There we go.
You heard chicken.
So you see Evans walking in with like oh gosh, you've seen like balloon animals, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see he's like made like a it looks like it was supposed to be like a mech suit arm on his left arm only.
Balloons?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Out of balloons?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Like a balloon
yeah.
animal mech suit arm type thing.
Okay. Ah,
It like
Lieutenant.
bumps into the door with that arm and you hear it like squeaking.
That's an interesting addition.
Thank you. I was working on a new project and I thought it would come off easier than this.
Of all the lines.
Right, well, maybe we can help you with that. Why don't you have a seat?
Okay. Proceeds to sit down with more squeaking.
I'm assuming the readings immediately pick up that he's intoxicated.
Oh yeah, that would be picked up pretty quick, I think.
Like you've had a fun day, Lieutenant?
Good last few minutes.
Indeed.
Was it an hour?
I talked to you a half an hour ago. I don't believe you had balloons squeaking at that time.
No, that was before I went to my quarters.
Good. So hopefully there's no loss of circulation. Okay. And I'm assuming you don't want to damage the balloons?
Kind of like looks at the arm, moves it a little bit. It can break. It's didn't do a good job this time.
Right. Okay. So she reaches up and just tries to get her fingers underneath to see if she can get like a little bit of give so he can slide his arm out. Like maybe he just needed help. He couldn't do it himself.
So Evans kind of like pulls against it.
Yeah, does it come loose, Evans? Or is
Yeah, I would
like
think it.
on
Yeah, I would think it comes loose, and like if he's sitting on a bed, he just kind of like keeps going.
you just lie all the way back to get your arm out. Ah, see, there we go. No
I got
damage
full range
done.
of motion.
Yeah. Your arm seems perfectly fine. In fact, you seem perfectly healthy except for the amount of alcohol in your system.
I need more.
Yes.
Based on your behavior, I would say you've had quite enough.
Okay, I'll stop now.
How have you been feeling?
Squeaky.
Efrix like thins her lips out. Looks like she's trying so hard not to laugh. Like she gets a little of that denobulin, like when they're trying to be intimidated. Just her trying to keep from laughing. Good. That's normal. When you are dealing with balloons. Do you make things out of balloons?
Not usually mech suits, but yes.
I mean, it's in work.
It's usually animals.
Just wanted to give electronics a try.
Yes, I got tired of Targs.
Fair. Well, I'm not saying anything wrong with you currently. I would suspect that come a couple hours, you will probably have a terrible headache.
Oh.
You're a little dehydrated, so I would recommend water. And for you to come down and visit me again in a couple hours when you start to feel poorly.
He's kind of like been nodding during that.
But otherwise, you seem healthy enough. We'll have to probably reschedule just to be sure, but for now, I say you're fine to go. Do you need someone to help you get back to your quarters?
I think I know the way. I should be okay.
All right. We'll keep an eye on you.
Okay. He like gets up, gets about halfway out, comes back, grabs the arm, leaves.
She does like send a nurse to follow you just to make sure you get back safely. Because clearly you're not used to this.
He does not hold his liquor at all.
She's wanting you to ride out the full effects of being drunk. See if maybe you don't do it again.
Great.
That was fantastic.
That went way better than I thought it was going to.
Well done.
Thank you for getting me drunk, Pend.
You're welcome.
It's very good.
This is...
Yes!
I was wondering how long it would take the balloon animal thing to come out.
Oh, I'm so done.
And remember, this cannot be edited.
Oh, it can still be edited for a little bit.
Stop saying that shit.
Oh my
It can be
Well-
added to.
Well, you guys do understand that Grennan will have admin privileges, so he can just change it.
Don't
That's why I'm
you
doing it, I
dare.
still can.
Hey, Captain, this is your XO doing this.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Oh my word, I did
You put your trust in me,
actually.
and look what I did.
Yep. Yep.
That article does not disappoint.
It's an interesting day in Bay.
So, I think now would be a good point for Captain Grennan to walk into the mess hall.
Oh.
Alright, let me grab the doors.
You're doing this.
Shall I say, if you walk across, you'll see an empty glass with just an ice ball in it and a bottle waiting for you.
I mean, what is like the mess hall empty?
There's a few people eating and relaxing.
But I mean, that's where Pend is, right?
It
the
is.
mess, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I missed. I thought it was like there's just a table with a glass on it. All right.
No, it's like there's two glasses, mine, and there's an empty one for the person I'm expecting.
So the captain walks over, sits down, picks up the glass, and he starts spinning it. It's like spinning the little ice ball in the glass.
Captain?
Mr. Pend. It's quite a report you put into Starfleet.
I am nothing if not honest about what I do.
Right. That you are. I hope you don't misunderstand, Pen. I knew full well that we were probably going to have to destroy the Archon homeworld. I knew that full well. I'm not that naive. My orders to you weren't to not destroy the planet. That wasn't the plan at all. No. I thought that you deciding to sacrifice yourself needlessly on a little shuttlecraft in a 1 in a million shot, 1 in a trillion shot, that it might do something to the Archon. I thought that was foolish. And that's why I turned you down. Not because I didn't think that the Archons should not be destroyed.
That very well may have been the case, Captain. But from where I was standing, and from where others who were taking part were standing, there was no second plan. There was nothing apart from what you and the commander had decided.
That's right. And that's because the commander and I looked at all the available information and we didn't see a way.
The problem is, everyone else did.
And as it stood to me, the idea of sacrificing you in a little shuttle, I didn't see that as viable.
Looking back, yes, there was a better way to go around what we were trying to do. But no one was on board with just talking to it.
Oh, we weren't just trying to talk to it. I hope you realize that the plan that Jacoby and I came up with was intended to to cause the Archon system to completely shut down. We wanted to outthink it.
But the problem is, you assume that yourself and one other person can outthink an AI planet who is hell bent with rage and vengeance to destroy the Federation. Don't you think there's a bit of hubris there?
And you know what, Pend? I realized that. Standing on the bridge, facing down that world. If you recall, I ordered Jacoby to stand back, to stop trying to find a peaceful resolution because, as I learned, admittedly, a little too late, there was no way we were going to talk our way out of the problem, whether to a peaceful resolution or otherwise. Words weren't going to win the day. And I acknowledge that.
I do regret the actions that I was following. And I regret that if it came down to it, I would have taken the ship. There were contingencies, unfortunately, at that day, that it was a possibility.
Right. And the fact that you were willing to make that sacrifice, I don't like it, Pen. I don't like that we were gonna have to make a sacrifice like that. But you weren't in the room with the commander and all the other captains during the briefing with the Admiral, and the Admiral said 4 words that, to you, Evans, makes me forgive the whole thing. By any means necessary. We were to stop the Archon's plans by any means necessary. And that's what you tried to do, Pend. Can't fault you for that.
Clearly, I didn't want to go down the ship. That's
No, no one
it's
does.
and again, the report's already been submitted to the Admiralty. Whatever they decide for what I planned to do, I'm willing to accept fully.
Of course. But I am going to put in a few words to the Admiralty. And, he picks up the glass. I assume that is there some, liquor on the table or something like that?
Yeah, just Andorian ale. I wouldn't give any of you that Tellarite stuff.
Yeah, so, Captain picks it up, pours a glass, takes a sip, he says, 4 words to the Admiralty, to be specific. By any means necessary, Mr. Penn. By any means necessary. And the captain turns around and walks out the door.
Mhm.
What other scenes do we have?
Mm.
There's 2 of you that haven't been to the
The
To
medical bay.
And the doctor's adamant she will track you down.
Mm-hmm.
She'll send security for you. He's drunk, but
He's drunk right now, but
Well, we saw how effective Pend was and he was drunk a few episodes back.
Penn's an exception.
Um,
He's a fucking space dwarf.
I'm an exception to all rules.
Yep. Penn, you should probably actually go down because I'm gonna have something to do after you have your scene.
Okay, yep, I shall head down to the medical bay.
and once again, doesn't have to be the same day.
It can be.
Getting through all the senior officers in one day, doing
Yeah.
it other times.
Fair.
Hello, Doc. I assume you want to see us.
Hello, Pend. Yes. It is that time of
I mean, I'm okay for
I
most
think it's
exams, just
the first thing.
I'm not very good with rectal, so let's just stay away with that for this time.
Oh no.
Well, unless scans pick up something going on down there, I don't think we'll have to worry about it.
No, I should be good. I have not hidden my plans for world domination up there, so we should be good for today at least.
Well, take us. Have you been feeling?
Regretting some things I may have done, but apart from that, I'm in good health, or I feel in good health.
Health can sometimes affect our physical being.
True, but all I need to be is the happy-go-lucky pilot of the Kismet and not much else.
You don't always have to be happy-go-lucky.
True, but who would be the comedian then?
Well, I recently found out that Lieutenant Evans is a rather talented balloon artist.
Thank God I gave him ale.
Oh, so have you to thank for that.
Yes. And what's this with balloons?
I don't. Have you ever seen old human vids where there's a guy with a big curly fake hair and a red nose and big shoes, and they take a balloon and they turn it into an animal?
Yeah, the character doing it always seemed a little creepy, but I've seen it in videos.
I agree. I think they're called Clowns? Not clones. That's something different. Oh, a clone of a clown would be creepy.
I just always called them
Uh.
nightmare fuel.
That's fair. Painted faces. Not, but they. Did you ever see when they turn like a balloon into an animal?
I have. It seems like a very talented thing to do.
Evans apparently can do that.
Oh.
He came in with his arm covered in rather complicatedly twisted balloons that looked like he had a mechanical arm. But he was drunk to get it back off. So
Well, I need to go find the rest of that bottle of Andorian ale and go find Evans with these balloons.
I expect by now he will start to be sobering up and not very happy with his head.
I can rectify that within an instant.
I don't know if I would approve of giving him more. He seems as though perhaps he's never had any.
Well, that's the fun part.
The amount in his system shouldn't have been enough to be acting the way he was. I'll put it that way.
Again, this is the fun part of this, what you're telling me.
Pinned. You seem to be in very good health.
Oh yes, my body is a temple. It may be crumbling, but it's still a temple.
Oh, is that a saying? I'm not familiar with it.
Yes, I believe it was one of those weird earthling sayings. You might need to ask Grenin. I think it's like how you treat yourself type of stuff. I don't know, it just sounded fun. I mean, I could have just insulted someone's mother as far as I know.
It's fair. It happens sometimes. I try to research the ones that I use, but you always have to be careful with humans when they start to talk about their bodies. You never know what you're gonna get.
They're really sensitive, I don't know why.
Comes from living so spread out, I'm sure.
And when you hit them, they go down like a sack of potatoes.
Well, their muscle isn't so tightly bound as yours.
Why, thank you.
I meant that on a genetic level, but sure.
I mean, doctor, it's unprofessional to flirt with a patient.
I suppose in Split, not so much in Denobulan culture. Everybody flirts with everyone all the time.
Oh, Pen, you are not allowed to give me shit anymore.
I should probably leave before I get myself in a lot more trouble, doctor.
You are well enough. Fit for duty, I think.
For however long that lasts, but for now, Evans it is.
Please be careful. Don't get him so drunk that he makes terrible decisions.
But they're the best ones.
Yes, but we don't want Lieutenant Evans in trouble as well, do we?
Depends on what type of trouble.
Well, let's put it this way. I had to give Commander Varro his physical today, so let's not add to his stress.
So, did you manage to remove that pole from up his ass?
God.
I mean, I hope not, because he'd probably end up beating me to death with it.
I cannot confirm or deny. such a thing existing, other than his spine, which no, I did not remove.
Okay, fair enough. I'll go play with Evans for now. Bye, Doc.
Bye, Pinned.
And I'm out!
Very good.
Oh my god.
This is why I love making everything up as I go along.
I mean, it works. Technically, she's not lying.
Mhm.
Villains flirt with everyone in the workplace. It's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd actually like to call Commander Varro to my ready room.
All right.
Doing this. Commander Varro, please report to my ready room at your earliest convenience.
Yes, sir. I'll be up shortly. Need to get in uniform.
Right. We'll fast forward to the door chime. Unless Varro had something between there.
Nope.
Enter.
Sir.
Well, Exo, come in, come in. How are you doing, Exo?
Decent, sir.
You did very well over the past couple of weeks. I read your reports from the Archon raid. Quite impressive.
I can't say I agree with your assessment, Captain, but
The fact that we were even able to infiltrate the facility at all, given what we encountered, I'd consider it so.
the mission was a success, but it was botched. Nothing about that. Well,
A botch.
you of course know the phrase from Earth that no plan survives contact with the enemy, but ideally, infiltration is supposed to be different.
I'm gonna give you another phrase that you've probably heard, Varro, unless you haven't studied Earth colloquialisms that closely. Best laid plans of mice and men.
Yes. Well,
The question is, who's the mice and who's the men?
indeed. And lately, I fear we are not on the better side of that arrangement.
I don't know. I'd say that we came out on top this time.
It's by luck and by pluck.
I'm sorry, by luck and by what?
By pluck.
Luck and by pluck. What do you know, Exo? You're learning.
They're not the lessons I wish to have learned, perhaps.
But they're
Ideally, we should have been much better prepared for this. I've been reaching out to some of my superiors about that. Well, the fact that this snuck up on us, we found it essentially by accident. If it weren't for some personal connection on the Sarek, well, this might not have happened, but it also might not have ever been found out.
Not to mention, if the Hadfield hadn't stumbled upon a 110-year-old time capsule, we wouldn't even know where to begin looking.
Precisely. Too much of our success can be counted on happenstance. If certain events had not transpired the way they did, which they easily could have gone differently, well, there wouldn't be a Federation. And that's too close a call for my taste.
Too much luck, you say? Varro? Too much luck?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't see it that way, Varro. And he stands up and he walks around and he said, I liken it to fate.
Fate, sir.
Fate. Destiny. He crosses his arms and he says, Kismet.
Varro's been standing with his hands behind his back as he normally does, and they kind of twitch. Sir, whatever fortuitous events might transpire, fate is never something to count on.
Oh, it isn't.
You
But
can't trust it. You can trust solid information.
not even then, Varro. You can't always trust solid information. Someone in your position knows that better than anyone.
You can't trust all information, certainly, but the general practice of gathering information, being prepared.
But sometimes when your back is against the wall, Varro, sometimes fate is all you have left to believe in. Sometimes that's better than nothing.
We have a difference of opinion there, Captain.
Well,
I wouldn't want anything clouding my judgment in that precarious of a circumstance.
I see. I think we both still have a lot more that we could learn from each other, Commander.
Perhaps, sir. Perhaps.
Dismissed.
Yes, sir.
Captain sits back down at his desk.
Oh boy!
Yo!
I have something I would like to do with Evans.
Is it collaborate to shoot the captain?
Word through the grapevine. Scuttlebutt is the captain is making terrible puns.
So as soon as Penn left sickbay, the doctor would hear this immediately, running down the halls of the ship. Evans! 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 With a bottle in hand, we'll run to Evans' room, banging on the door. Evans! Evans! Evans!
Door opens and Evans is like, his hand out, like just like palm out towards you. Just stop, stop.
Balloons.
What?
The doctor told me you made yourself a mech arm balloon.
Yeah, like you do.
How many have you got? How many can you make?
I mean, on a, I don't know, if it take a couple days, I can make a suit, probably.
We just need the arms.
What?
Here's an idea. We can get some of the crew together. We can include some of this ale, like we have, and we can have balloon mecha boxing. Evans, we are onto something here.
Oh, what? No. Oh my gosh.
This is what's gonna get you kicked out of Star.
This is fine.
Yeah. No, not threatening, not plotting to mutiny against the captain and take over the Kismet to suicide bomb a planet, but no.
Balloon boxing.
Balloon boxing.
Evans, right,
This is why
come
I don't drink.
with me. Well, let's continue drinking and we'll make balloon mech arms. We can run this by the doctor. She can look after us. This is going to be amazing.
No, yes, okay.
Collapses so quickly. No, yeah, okay.
And the alcohol will continue as we discuss our new venture into balloon mechanized boxing.
Again, no, okay.
Sure.
That's all I've got.
That's good.
Wait. Do we want different colored arms?
Oh, Evans. How many different colours can we do?
I mean, how many different colors are there?
You're the balloon animal expert.
You have a red
No, I think it's a general statement of how many different colors are.
Yeah,
I mean-
it's just like, I can do as many colors as there are.
If we're going to be including alcohol with this, let's not make it too many, because we won't know what shit from shit.
Wait, so the competitor. Wait, so we're gonna be drunk boxing with balloons?
You say that like it's a bad idea.
I'm just trying to get some clarity here.
How do you not understand it is alcohol, balloons, and balloon boxing?
How do you come up with these things?
I get moments of inspiration. And to be fair, how do you think I fly this ship? Everything's by the seat of my pants.
And sometimes by the skin of your teeth.
Precisely. I have no idea what I'm doing from one minute to another. It's fun. Anyway, don't worry about it. Let's just continue drinking for now and we can work out the minor details.
But I work better when I'm sober.
That's not going to help you here.
No. When tying wearable balloon pieces, you want to be sober.
Well, we can sort that out before. we can. Yeah, go on. But we can make the balloons before we drink and box. But we can set up our own little league, and when we get people from the other crews, we can balloon box them.
This is either the best or worst idea you've ever had.
Isn't all of my ideas along that line?
You make a solid point.
I've not got us killed yet. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Someone's gonna walk in on everyone boxing with balloons, they're gonna look at us, they're gonna turn around and walk away like it never happened.
You see, I was gonna say concussions, but then I realized we're using balloons.
Precisely! It'll cushion the blow.
As long as we have a soft floor. Like in the holodeck.
See, you're getting into it now. But we should probably not tell the command staff for now. We should probably just keep this between us until we get it up and running.
Okay, we'll probably need like 3 sizes. Let's get going.
Also, when I was talking to the doctor for my examination, she did condone this. That's why I'm bringing it to you.
I know PS when I hear it.
You can hear it whatever you like, as long as you go along with it.
Oh, I'm going along with it.
Then let us balloon, drink, and box, my friend.
Three things that should never be done together. Alright, let's go.
Oh god.
I've got nothing else.
Well, if you guys are good to move on to the next thing, I still have to go see the doctor. The captain calmly just strolls into the the sick bay.
Hello, Captain.
You wanted me for an examination. I figured I'd get it done in a timely manner.
I appreciate that. If you'll take a seat,
Of
Captain.
course. You know, he sits and he sort of, rolls his shoulder and. Okay.
Having trouble with your shoulder, sir?
I think I've been sleeping on it weird. It's a me problem.
Well, listen. How have you been feeling otherwise, besides stressed? That's clear and understandable.
Stressed. Beyond that? No. What should I be feeling right now?
It's a question I think all of us are having to come to terms. A couple of close calls.
I wouldn't just say a couple. Considering the scope of what we just dealt with, I'd say we had a trillion.
Yes. I'm just glad that the antidote worked.
Yeah, medical teams did a phenomenal job.
Thank you, sir.
How have you been holding up?
I just read the chat.
I know the rest of the senior staff comes in here and they probably unload on you with all their problems, but how are you holding up? You're the one who had to see a lot of this firsthand.
Not as much as some of the other medical staff, and that I guess I was spared. It's certainly never a dull moment on the Kismet.
Oh, but you were still on the ground for one of the earliest test cases of what the Orions were plotting.
Yes. Honestly, as awful as all of that was, part of me just keeps thinking back to that illusion cave.
The illusion cave?
The gods we met.
Yes. I figured that's what you were referring to, but why that?
The one I met.
Right.
It appeared to me as a child dying of sickness.
Oh.
Probably no older than my own. It makes you think.
As it does. We're all mortal, aren't we? And I guess we all need to be thankful for every moment we have and not
Indeed. I'm glad that we were able to split. For a while, I thought that perhaps that had been more than an illusion or a meeting, that it was a semi-self-fulfilling prophecy.
Self-fulfilling prophecy?
Trying everything we could and never being able to have the materials to stop it from happening.
Well,
I was
well, even though we failed to destroy the Archon planet, one thing's for certain, we did stop it from happening.
indeed.
So, if that's the extent of your self-fulfilling prophecy, I'd say that we're doing just fine. I'd say you're doing
No,
just fine.
it's not that. I know it's not now, but for a while it was a worry.
Right. Well, just remember, you're not alone here. If the stress of the job ever starts getting to you, the rest of us are always willing to listen.
Hmm.
Maybe take it easy with Varro a little. He's always been a little prickly when it comes to emotions, you know, but
Yes, I finally got him to agree to his physical.
you did.
Mm.
I am shocked.
Only minor threats of having him dragged down here by security.
I thought I was gonna have to intervene.
No, he came on his own in a semi-timely manner. You know, it's been 2 weeks, but he did arrive when he said he would, so I would call that progress.
What about the others? Evans, Penn, Dejula, the others?
All healthy, showing signs of stress, but of course that's to be expected.
I expect newly minted. He stresses that word. Lieutenant Junior Grade Cecile will probably be coming down sometime in the near future. She got out of brig today, so
Yes, I've visited her a couple of times just to make sure that things were going well in the brig. Standard procedure.
right. Yeah,
Oh no,
but
gotta stop reading chat.
what about Penn?
Pind
He's-
is using levity to deal with his issues, as he always does.
Yeah, I know that he's been taking everything that happened over the past week or so. He's been taking it all pretty hard.
I will more than likely recommend that he spend some time with Ensign Zolan.
What?
Ensign Zolan, the counselor. Yes.
I think that'd be a good idea, Dr. Efrix.
Just to mitigate some of his more destructive tendencies, if we can.
Yeah.
But overall, he's in good health.
Yeah.
As is Lieutenant Evans. I haven't had Ijula in here yet, but I'm sure they will make the effort at some point to pull themselves away from their work.
Of course. Well, if there's nothing else in my other than my shoulder being a little sore, if there's nothing else, then I think I'll get back to the bridge.
Very well, Captain. You seem to be in command fit. Anyways,
Good. I have to be. Have a good day, Doctor.
good day, Captain.
And the captain leaves.
We got everyone to see the doctor. Yay!
It is a miracle.
It is a miracle.
But
And
now
no
it
one delayed.
begins.
Oh no,
Looks like Romero a little bit.
I'm terrified.
So I assume at this stage I've given Evans a few more glasses of Andorian ale.
No, he's not drinking until the boxing goes down.
You gotta test out the product, man.
I already did.
Okay, Evans, I'm going to run the long way to the medical department. I need you to cons the doctor here. Can you do that?
Out of character, where is here?
The holodeck.
I mean, the doctor's still on duty though, isn't she?
Well, I'll be calling her back to the medical bay if you wish to follow her for fun.
I mean, this would seem like quite the right time to be calling the doctor away from the sick bay for a bit of fun.
I mean, when you see what I've got planned, you'll probably laugh as well. Yes, Evans has no idea what's happening. So I'm gonna set off. Can you call the doctor to here? And I'm gonna go out the holodeck and run the long way around to the medical bay.
Okay. Calm Dr. Efforts.
Dr. Afrix.
Ken asked me to call you to the holodeck, whichever one I'm in.
Computer, where is Lieutenant Evans?
Lieutenant Evans is in holodeck 3.
Lieutenant, have you been drinking more?
No more.
She's beginning to get worried about how you're handling your liquor if you still don't know where you are.
Oh, no. That wasn't out of character, like the whichever one.
No, I know.
Oh, okay.
I was making fun of you. Are you okay? Is Pend okay?
He looked fine when he left, but he was holding a bottle of, I believe he was holding a bottle of, Andorian ale.
Okay. I will be there soon. Efrix out.
So I'll wait for the doctor to leave medbay, to which I will then enter medbay when she's not looking.
You know there
Oh,
are
no.
other people in sickbay, right?
That does not affect this plan in the slightest.
Okay. Just so you know. Efrix will power walk to the holodeck.
All right, Pen, are you wanting to be cut to you, or should I go following the doc?
You can follow the doc. I'll just spring everything all at once.
Cool. All right, so Dr. Efrix, you will enter the holodeck 3.
Lieutenant?
Hello, Doctor.
What is going on?
I would love to know.
I am technically still on duty. You sure you're okay?
Pen
Yes.
to Dr. Efrix.
Efrix here. Lieutenant Pend, what is going on?
You are required in the med bay, and could you bring Lieutenant Evans?
Yes? Lieutenant Pend, what is going on?
Penned out.
I'm about 2 minutes away from reporting him to Varro. Come on, let's go.
Okay. And you
And
hear
we'll-
like Evan's like repeatedly muttering something a few times on the way there.
Are you sure you're okay, Lieutenant?
I hope so.
You seem guilty. Are you? I'm starting to get worried about you. Are you sure?
I'm okay. I am just unsure about what's gonna happen next.
That's understandable. I'm slightly worried about that myself. Walking to medbay.
As both you and Evans walk into medbay, you see Pend with a doctor's coat on and a stethoscope. Doctor, it is time for your medical. Please sit down on the bed. Well, he's out of breath because he's just sprinted around the ship.
Oh no. Lieutenant Pend, what are you doing?
Well, we all have to do our medical. Who does yours?
I mean, I know chain of command, but would it be the hologram?
The other nurses.
Yeah, probably one of the other nurses.
Don't look at them. They're in on it too.
Just like all of the head shakes that are happening behind Pend right now.
I will not accept this. I will report you to the captain if you do not take your medical exam now. I will call security.
She looks at Evans, who's right there.
He's just face palming.
Evans, tell her to get on the bed.
Would love... Whoa. I would love for
Are you
you
sure
to
it's how
call
you
the.
phrase this?
I would love for you to call the captain and explain this to him. She raises an eyebrow.
I mean, I'm already in enough trouble as it is. I mean, we can do this or not. It's entirely up to you.
Are you threatening a superior officer?
Now, I did not say anything along the sort. I'm just asking for you to take your medical. To me, it sounds like you're refusing.
For your information, I've already taken mine.
Turns around. Why didn't anyone tell me this? You're all complicit. Don't just keep shaking your head.
Lieutenant, where did you get the lab coat? Just out of curiosity.
Is the door open?
I don't know. Probably not, because the door's like always closed behind you.
You should really not underestimate the powers that what I hold on this ship.
Oh God.
Uh-huh.
Why do I do these things?
I have quite an ability for shenanigans. Anything can happen.
That I will believe.
And believe it or not, more people than you think take part in this.
Uh-huh.
But if you've already taken
If I
So hold on.
if
hold
I
on. I want to I want to do this right now. Dr. Efrix, your combat chirps.
Efrix here.
Doctor, I've been meaning to ask. Have you gotten around to taking your own medical?
Pen to Captain, I'm trying to get her to take it now, but she's refusing. Can you order her?
Doctor, you really should take care of your own medical. Who heals the healers and all that?
Wholeheartedly agree, Captain.
And just the click.
Well, shall we, Doctor?
I would love to see your medical license penned.
I mean, why sweat the small details?
Christ.
Okay. Get done on that bed. Will it improve morale?
Looks back at the nurses. Will it improve morale? Yes? No? I mean, they're getting all shy now. They weren't shy when they were coming up with this plan.
Very well. Fine. She is glaring daggers at you. You've never seen the doctor look so pissed off. But she does sit on the bed.
Okay, Doctor. I'm just going to make sure everything's fine. And out! And he bolts out the door.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Evan, you're still there.
Just into a funnel right now.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
That just happened.
Evan just kind of backs out, like, just backs his way out of the door, mouthing, I had no idea. I had no idea.
As you leave, she says, drink water.
Does anyone else have any scenes to run?
Nothing can top that.
No, yeah. I think we're totally tapped out.
All right, we'll call that the end of the calm after the storm.